Greetings. We are connected with unconditional love for your highest message of wisdom and guidance most pertinent to you at this time. The energy you are coming out as today is the Empress. You're showing up in an energy of first of all, it feels like many people are perceiving you as a catalyst, right? So the things that you're doing and saying and not doing and saying are activating the environment around you. And then next, you're sitting in this awareness that you're exactly where you're meant to be. So there's this alignment of path and power and peace that comes from acceptance of that. And then finally, there's abundance coming through. So this is abundance that's shining outward from within you, but it's also an abundance that is being reflected outside of you, around you. On the split, you have the Four of Pentacles. There's something that you're holding strongly to that is by you holding on to it, it's holding you in a certain way, in a sense. And it has to do with some emotions, possibly an emotional contract, but more so just certain feelings and sentiments about something, about not holding on to something. For many of you, this could be about being less tempered in your energy. So if you feel drawn to move in a certain way, or you feel attracted to a certain space or energy, or maybe even time, there's a part of you or all of you that is kind of holding back from allowing your energy and your emotions, either yourself physically or yourself internally, mentally, emotionally, to explore what it is that your energy is suddenly being attracted to. So this could be different things in different moments. But for some of you, this could be one particular thing that keeps reemerging on presenting itself, but not necessarily presenting itself, but you keep experiencing it as something that sort of exhilarates your energy in a way that you temper, you put a lid on it with the Four of Pentacles, and you hold back from allowing yourself to fully feel it and thus understand it. And with strength here, it feels like there's an element of self-discipline involved in it for you, and there's also an element of loyalty involved in it for you. However, it feels like since you're coming out in the energy of the Empress, it feels like you have more power or more control over this energy than you might realize. And so if there's a part of you that fears allowing that energy to take over you, or fears that energy possibly taking over you, taking over your life or your space, you're coming out as the Empress, so it doesn't seem like that energy really is going to have the chance, or can have even the ability to do that. It doesn't have the capability. But there is there's always something to gain at the other side of allowing yourself to experience some feeling or some passion that is coming over you. There's always some wisdom available. Specifically, I'm getting that this is a wisdom and the practice of just freeing yourself, freeing your mind to move about, freeing your energy to go about and think, experience, feel without being too tightly controlled by you for reasons of fear or obligation, or hyper discipline, hyper loyalty, codependency, anything like that. There's something available on the other side of allowing yourself to just feel those passions. It doesn't even necessarily show anything about going towards them, but just acknowledging and being open to what is coming up within you. as the Empress. And then on the bottom of the deck, there's the King of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. Now, because you're coming out as the Empress, I'm going to read this King of Cups first as an external person, a more masculine energy that with the Six of Pentacles is possibly offering something, has something to offer, or is offering something that is physically valuable to you, whether it's energy, time, something physical. So this person either wants to offer something or is offering it. And it has to do with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups here is representing emotional support, joy and happiness, possibly family. And that Ten of Cups energy is followed by the Star and the Five of Cups. So that's the energy of enlightenment and being guided to heal, being guided in the healing journey. And it feels like the healing of some sort of grief with the Five of Cups. The thing with the Star and the Five of Cups is that both entities are partway submerged in water. But in the Five of Cups, the skies are stormy and are cloudy. And in the Star versus in the Star card, the sky is clear. And of course, there's a huge star above radiating some kind of night light. So this is talking about the light, right? The enlightenment. It naturally will pull up some of the waters that are typically kind of resting on the surface. So when the waters come up, if you look at it in terms of the water cycle, how water is vaporized to create clouds. This cloudy energy can sometimes feel like this Five of Cups, so this grief energy. And in the Five of Cups, you can see that the entity is looking down, and in his brain is sort of a maze. So the maze and the cloud energy together really talk about a kind of mental confusion. It could be confusion, but just whatever it is, it's just not being perfectly clear. And the point is not to overthink some of the feelings that are being brought up by this star energy, brought up on this healing journey, because you're just overthinking something that's just going to rain down anyway. And beyond it is just a clear sky. So there's something, possibly that wisdom, some of that wisdom that's beyond those feelings that you're holding back on, is the ability to balance, right? So to not feel stuck in the energy of the Five of Cups, or the energy of that cloudiness or the sadness when it comes up, but to be able to maneuver somehow, allow yourself to maneuver onto the path of the star, which is the warmth and the light, and the knowing that what that sadness that's being experienced is not to be taken personal and is temporary and doesn't need any mental stories being formed about it. And this brings me to the second meaning of this King of Cups energy, which is an emotional renewal, emotional maturation that is happening within you, an elevation, stabilization that is happening within you, that is again transforming the way you go about your relationships and transforming the environment around you. So possibly even who you consider your support system, that Ten of Cups, is experiencing the warmth of what you're growing within yourself, the light you're growing within yourself. In the very near future, we have the energy of the Five of Wands. This is the energy of conflict, some tumultuous times. It could be internal frustration going on within you, possibly related to the hyper control of certain emotions, but it feels like kind of battles, external battles. And it's accompanied by the Nine of Swords. So this anxiety and worrying, right, being in the mind, underlying the deck is the Ace of Cups. And that's the energy of love, spiritual renewal, spiritual healing, emotional healing. It feels like what's coming up is something that inspires really complicated feelings within you. But at its root, it also inspires love. But again, in the background of this Ace of Cups, I'm being drawn to a really stormy sky, a cloudy sky, and rain. So there's something that, and then it's associated with that Nine of Swords energy. So maybe there's something that is at its core, you know that it's love and you can even feel the love in you for it, but it's sparking anxiety in you. It's sparking anxiety in you because of many reasons. The Seven of Cups, this energy feels kind of overwhelming. And then the Five of Wands, so possibly around you, there are competing opinions and battles that are going on regarding this thing within you, or you're holding back on sharing about this thing, and this Five of Cups energy represents the battles that are going on within yourself. Let's look a little bit more into this very near future. So again, on the split, you have the Nine of Wands. So I haven't turned over the card that came out yet, but the Nine of Wands is representing a kind of apprehension about something. Behind it is the Five of Swords. So again, mental conflict. And the card that came out is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords shows me that this Five of Wands energy, it won't last too long. It's not a permanent or even a long-term situation. It will move into a more peaceful time. Underlying the deck, we have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords again with the Three of Swords. So this is talking about this move into more peaceful times being associated with some clarity, some truth. And this Ace of Swords energy is the kind of energy that pierces through the clouds and the rain of that Ace of Cups. And so it balances the emotions and the love and the spiritual healing with the mental clarity, and it kind of bridges it into physical motion, right? Because once something can be spoken, once something is clear in your mind, you can begin to move mentally and energetically and then physically towards it. So that's followed by the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. It just feels like there's some sort of victory here that maybe it takes a little bit of time to fully see as a victory, either for yourself or for others. That aspect of this might feel very triggering at that time, but it also feels like there's a new energy, a new level of a relationship. Judgment in the Two of Cups, it feels like it's literally speaking about a Two of Cups energy being called into judgment. So is it going to ascend to a higher level? How is it going to ascend to that level? How is the next phase of this Two of Cups situation going to be experienced? The Eight of Wands talks about growth and really listening to the heart, the feelings, in order to get a window into certain parts of the soul and the way forward. This feels like such a non-concrete, like I'm not even getting necessarily firm examples that could really ground in these abstract messages. But it feels like it could be different on a case-to-case basis. So I'm not getting any like overarching story arcs for each of you. It feels like whatever this is that creates this kind of or brings the option of transformation in the relationship that is leading to you transforming how you're holding on to a certain emotion, holding on to a certain emotion or pattern or passion of yours. These could be connected for you. These could be disconnected. I'm getting that they're most likely very connected to each other, and they're different. So as many people are resonating with this is as many scenarios that exist. So to be honest, I'm not even that 100% clear on this reading, and I'm going to look now to the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle to see if there are any confirmatory or clarifying messages with which to close out this reading. And the first card to come out is number 10, Blue Lace Agate, Self-Expression. Blue Lace Agate connects spirit with intellect, highlighting integrity. It enhances the ability to communicate effectively what is in your mind and heart. Attune to your inner being to express the fullness of who you are. Be confident when speaking in public as you have much to share. You may have been silenced in the past. Repressing thoughts and feelings causes throat problems, so speak your mind gently, honestly, and clearly. You have the gift of serenity. Use it wisely. And the second card to come out is number 49, Graphic Smoky Quartz, the Stabilizer. Graphic Smoky Quartz supports all the structures in the body, removing toxic debris and traumatic memories. It keeps you grounded and balanced in physical incarnation while exploring other dimensions. Lack of trust in yourself and other people creates psychological barriers that lie at the heart of your dis-ease. Your self-esteem is low, creating a deficient immune system. Memories of old traumas have subtly amended your ancestral DNA. At a deep level, you've been compressed and limited. Allow yourself to expand again. Undertake a shamanic journey into the unseen worlds in search of healing. There you will find the underlying causes of dis-ease and outdated soul imperatives that are affecting your well-being. Offer yourself the gift of transformation. Healing is found in the darkest depths of yourself, not in external forces. Exploring taboos and treading where others fear to tread. And finally, the energy that comes out underneath the deck is number 39, Turquoise, True Riches. A copper-based stone attracting good fortune since antiquity, turquoise was popular for protective amulets. Sacred to Venus and to Buddha, it linked earth and sky and made a potent love charm. Your pathway is one of self-realization. Qualities you cultivate now drive your spiritual evolution forward. Draw on your karmic wisdom and past life skills. Release vows that no longer serve you, and speak what used to be unspeakable. Your true riches lie not in the bank, but in your heart. And that is all for our message today. I'm thankful for being able to channel this message for all of you here, and I'm grateful that we were able to connect today. I look forward to us connecting again in the near future, so until then, take good care of yourself, and happy aligning.